You must have gotten in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. They took some away from me for that one. All right, guys. We have a show to do.
Oh, boy.
What is, everybody? Welcome to the DNVR Nuggets Podcast.
Bang, bang, bang.
Live from the studio.
Oh, hell yeah.
Eric's favorite hangout.
Dude, who doesn't like hanging out in this studio? Whoops amongst us would like to hang out anywhere else.
We have a great show. This is an off-season show because it's like potpourri.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Why is potpourri like a grab bag, like a variety?
Because you put various flowers and things together, and then you get the amalgamation.
Together, right?
You put it in a bathroom.
There it is. That's why. So we're going to talk about a variety of topics I think will all be fun. I can't wait to talk a little trash about the Morris twins. Because I have some beef.
Oh, they're gonna get theirs.
They're gonna hate this episode. We're gonna talk about DaRon Holmes' upside. I thought it'd be fun to go back and look at who has been the most lovable Nugget of the last 10 years each year.
Do they have to be on the team?
They do have to be on the team.
Okay.
And then later on, a great snake draft. I'm very excited for
hell
it.
yeah. What are we snake drafting?
Snakes? Please, God, make it
check
snakes.
the notes. We'll get them. I got D-Line Go here.
That's right, guys. Boy, am I in off-season mode. Can't see it. No pants.
No pants on. I love it. Just underwear. Over here, Brendan Vogt.
I'm wearing snow pants, just changing it up underneath.
Ultra fancy.
Just for comfort.
Very, very hot.
Yeah.
You're looking good today, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Did you grow? Is that what it is?
Brendan.
Yeah, not you. Sorry.
You know what? I should have assumed it was talking about you. No, I didn't do anything. I shaved.
All right. Well, you look good.
Thanks, man.
I worked on myself for a long time this morning.
And you know what? Do things look a little different? Sound a little different? Feel a little different? It's the valiant return of super producer Kale. He's back.
Good to be back, guys. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you back. You guys can't see him. Can you zoom in on your face here? Is that work not on this one? He's very sunburned. Have you seen him?
I didn't.
I got very sunburned at Grand Lake yesterday.
Kale, I like it. He adheres to the one rule I have, which don't look in my eyes.
He does break that rule sometimes.
I have not looked at him. He's not looked at me. I look at him more as the help. You know
I got a story for you. So I went to, I told you guys about my high school, like Zach Braff and Lauren Hill and the guy who was in Jaws.
The lamest high school ever.
Those are
better than mine, though.
Actually. But Lauren Hill was in my town. She owned several homes, didn't pay taxes on them. That ended up being a thing.
Yeah.
But she had this contract. Her kid wanted to play. Her kid, who was also a grandchild of Bob Marley, by the way, wanted to play youth soccer, and she made all the coaches sign a waiver that says you wouldn't look her in the eyes.
Yeah.
No way.
They were just like, yeah, we're not doing that. So her kid did not play youth soccer that year.
Well, listen, I'll sacrifice youth soccer. Don't look at me.
Don't look me in the eyes.
Sorry.
Don't look. Can you imagine being so famous that that's something you think
Because
is reasonable?
everyone looks in your eyes. You're like, this is very unnerving.
Yeah.
It's weird, no matter how you slice it. But neither here nor there. I want to start today, though, with some little news and notes from around. And I don't know if you guys knew, Shaq has a podcast.
What?
I've been missing Shaq's podcast.
You've been missing it, man.
Where's it available?
That's the hole in my soul.
I don't know.
Right
I
now.
saw a clip of it. And he had the Morris twins on.
Okay.
You know, Shaq's going to ask him about the beef with. It's almost like that's what they're known for. You know what? The Morris twins have had a long career, both of them. And really what you know about them is they had a beef with the Jokic brother, or with Jokic and the Jokic brothers. And then you don't really know another line. What's the next line in their bio?
No one knows which one is which.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Like, they've had good careers, but it is almost weird how this one incident now becomes like their...
Yeah, if you name a team, one of them has played on it.
That's true. That is another thing you know about him. But here's what really just kind of made me laugh but grinded my gears. Because they were asked, obviously, about it. Shocker, Marquis feels like it was a dirty shot. And what I did, I put a hand up so he could see me coming, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We don't have to get into it. We know what the truth is. Let them bury themselves. But then... You know, Shaq was, or Adam Lefkoe, the host, your favorite.
Yep.
He was asking them like, yeah, but the beef with the Jokic brothers was it real? They're like, that was just some Twitter thing. And then he's like, some people go on Twitter, and that's what I was like, not us, man. We're real life fighters, not Twitter fighters or whatever. It's like, all right, cool. And then Adam Lefkoe goes, they're big guys though. You think you could take them? And they go, no question. if it was just boxing, no legs, no grappling. And here's what I'm thinking, man. You already lost.
Yep.
That's an admission. Nobody has ever I could kick that guy's whatever. As long as there's no legs, no grappling.
We're like, it'd be, give me those guys, street fight. Fully sanctioned.
Yeah,
Marcus of Queensberry. We obviously have a referee.
Yeah.
There's somebody can step
I'd like
in.
to have my doctor on hand.
Are we doing American ring or international ring?
I've got a few more demands.
Yeah, hold on.
I'll let Don King.
2-minute ring. 2-minute rounds. We're not going, we're not.
No face. This is the moneymaker.
It's just like.
I know, it's stupid.
So just knowing that part, Vote, don't you go they know.
Yeah. I mean, this is so
stupid.
It's so late to try to convince the world.
Yeah.
When almost everyone was consensus on this. I mean, Jokic haters used it as any ammunition they needed. Everyone else had including Shaq, by the way, at the time on the air, who said,
"Oh, he called him out to their face."
Yeah, he said you don't hit someone and then walk away, which is how I felt about it the whole time. And they knew it. They were quiet about it for a long time. Now they're in the media sphere.
Are they retired or are they still playing?
Reaching back a couple, I don't know.
First off, what's the difference?
But reaching back a couple of years for something to keep your name relevant when really your role in that headline was dude who got trucked.
Dude, okay, so hold on. So, first off, is the Shaq podcast? I've not checked it out. I'm letting me subscribe right now.
Yeah.
Is it a vehicle for settling hash? This is like what Shaq settled RG3's hash the other day. He told, hey, you don't talk about, and then everybody, it's just like tough guy talk with Shaq. Is that what this is? Like we go back and we have little battles.
I only watched this one segment, so I can only tell you in here. He did, not let him fully off the hook, but also didn't fully press him, right? Because he was like, he did tell him like, hey man, if you hit me, what do you expect I'm going to do next? Like, don't you expect that? And he goes, and then Mark Keefe is like, I turned my back, I
He's like, we made the rules very clear. Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Yeah. Well, it was actually an illegal hit is what it was.
Right. Yeah.
But more than anything, I'm just saying, if you have a reputation of a tough guy, you go to an MMA fight or boxer, anybody, they're not like, I would kick your ass.
Bro,
but only if there's rules set in place. You just would not ever do that if you were an actual tough guy.
Here's the biggest part of it is that both of them have played against Jokic many times since that happened. And both, or one, again, I don't know the difference. It could be the same guy saying at the same time. They're just like, oh, he's going to get his. It's like, where is his?
Yeah.
I was
like, it's either do it or shut up. Like, you can't be tough guy. And then you're like, what's up, yo? And then
it's also funny that they're like, some guys go to Twitter. I'm like, they literally made an account, fired off 3 tweets, and then deleted their account. They're not, don't accuse them of being social media tough. They literally created that.
And one of them is an actual cage fighter.
I know.
What are we doing?
Well, that's why they said this. That's why because they were like, us, we just knock a person out. We're not going back. And it's like, but if they're trying to do leg kicks and stuff. I was like, what?
Us, we knocked everyone out. Even though the premise of this is how we got knocked out and have been shamed whatever.
I was at the park the other day, and these guys were having the opposite conversation. They were like, I could beat you if it was wrestling match. If it was wrestling match, he was like, you would kick my. But if it was wrestling match, and then they just wrestled, which was actually really entertaining.
When Lindsay Spano, a woman, said that she could beat me in any physical blanket, I said, no, you can't. You name the rules. Arm wrestling, actual wrestling. I beat her in actual wrestling. I pinned a woman, and I'll do it again.
Enough of the Morris twins. I'm already bored.
It's an awesome victory lap.
Real Nuggets conversation here. Real Nuggets conversation. Somebody brought this to my attention, I think in the comments of this very show from yesterday's episode, when we were talking about Jamal Murray and how he's going to come back and how, if he shows up in shape and all this different stuff. And he says, this is the first healthy, full offseason he's had in a long time. And I went back to try to think it up, and let's go through this. In 2019, he had a fully healthy, full offseason because the Nuggets get eliminated earlier, second round, we'll go on. 2020, great year. Bubble happens, but then the bubble happening in August meant the offseason was like 8 weeks or something, so that does not count. So 2020 did not have a full offseason. 2021, tore his ACL. 2022, coming back from that ACL. 2023, the Nuggets played till June, so it's a shortened offseason. This one's a little thin because I still think you have enough time, but whatever. It's a shortened offseason.
He was celebrating. He
was celebrating hangover. And then 2024, last summer, he was hurt. Remember, he had the injuries all summer, and he had the Olympics, and we played horrible. So there is at least some optimism to say this is the first time he's ever had 4 months, no injuries, just work on your game.
Don't hurt your hamstring rolling around on the MMA mat with your best friends.
Yeah, don't challenge the Morris twins to some sort of like parking lot shenanigans.
Or like world champion UFC fighters.
Yeah, or Lindsay, a woman.
Or Lindsay. She does work out a lot.
So true.
Yeah, no, come in healthy. But I think, honestly, with the last thing I just said, I kind of meant that. Like, do everything you can to come into camp healthy as well.
Yes.
You know, look, we don't know. Jamal plays basketball, man. Like these surfacing clips and pictures of him in Vegas, like we've seen that before. Jamal being around, getting work in, we've seen that before. So it's kind of hard right now but the work he's doing conditioning wise, to make sure he comes into camp healthy and stays healthy, I think this is as important a moment for that as he's faced in his career, you know, since the finals. Like that was a real crossroads moment of his career. He shined, passed it with flying colors. This is the next kind of, are you going to get over this hurdle or not? And I think this year,
and maybe the last.
And this year, all the pieces are there, I think, at least on paper, for him to be in a position to succeed, whether he's next to 15 or not. So hopefully he's in shape. Hopefully he's healthy, stays healthy, and comes in shape. It's the biggest preseason check mark that can be checked for the Nuggets.
For sure, man. Like I would love to be able to declare that Jamal Murray's back at the beginning of the season.
Would you like to call it the year of Jamal Murray?
Yes, I did it on Twitter. I don't care. What am I, Harrison? I'm not scared. It's the year of Jamal Murray. I really, listen, I am, you guys know, like I'm probably the on this podcast, the only like fan of Jamal Murray. Everybody else, likes him.
I'm a fan of it. I feel exactly how he makes us feel.
Yeah. A big part of it is that I don't interface with him, so that's like I think that is part of it. Point being, like, I think that I am the most optimistic for Jamal Murray's season as I have been in a very long time. I think that in years past, there have been reasons you can point to. He's not, he hasn't been able to work out, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? He hasn't, produced in a way that is acceptable, frankly, like for one reason or another, be it his fault or extenuating circumstances. But I do feel like the deck has been cleared, and now we're going to find out just how much of a professional Jamal Murray is, how much he values the fact that he is paired up with Nikola Jokic, how much he looks at his legacy as something that he wants to be to the level that he has been gifted. I mean, like, Jamal Murray is supremely gifted, and there's nothing worse than wasted talent. Like, there's nothing worse than a guy that can do everything but doesn't put the work in to get all of it out of it. I have a feeling that through, again, new regime talking about it all the time.
It's out in the open in a way it's never been.
That's what I mean, and it's like a talking point, like, oh, Jamal's out of shape. Jamal's
Remember, I asked Adelman if he was satisfied with the conditioning level of the starters, and he just said no.
Right.
Like, it's a conversation on the surface now.
Yes, and I think that that's gonna, like, that matter. Like, I think that you feel that, like, after a while, you're like, I don't shut up. Like, I'm gonna, I'll show you. I hope there's some I'll show you in him,
Yeah, in the healthy way, though, because I think it's also like a maturation. I think he sometimes has too much I'll show you, where it's like, no, you owe to the people. You don't have to show me. You have to show Christian Brown. You have to show those guys that you can carry.
It's also the moments that aren't showing. Like, it's not just the game against the Suns at home where you show everyone how good you are.
Right.
The moments where no one's looking. What does it look like? What are the habits?
You just were a consistent winner for the team when when it felt meaningless, but it actually matters in aggregate, not in the individual.
Can you shake the bright light merchant allegations?
Right.
Because of the work you put in when no one was looking.
Well, on that work, I think that none of what I'm saying here about shortened off seasons excuses the conditioning aspect of this. Because I think no matter what, you can get in shape. I mean, that's the one thing you can do. Even if you were only given 4 weeks to get ready for a season, you can get in shape. Even if you're injured, there's things you can do to put yourself in position to be in the best shape of your life. So that part is not an excuse. But the one thing I'll say is we've never really talked about Jamal as adding something to his game. And that's what the offseason is for. It's like, oh, man, he added this, or he's doing this. He's shooting off the dribble a little bit more. He's got a deep three to his game. Something that we point to. And I do think that's the thing that in all of these off seasons I just counted down, it would be hard to imagine him being able to pull those off fully. And this is a full off season where I am curious if he went into the off season saying, I'm going to be in better shape, but I'm also going to add this to my game. Yeah. I'm going to be better from three this year off the dribble because I'm working on a very specific thing that's useful over and over again.
That's interesting. That's That's a great point. I don't ever remember it. He just adds things in the game. We're like, whoa, what?
Yeah,
but
he's a nice improviser. Like,
but I mean,
his
like
game is
we like
improvisation.
to, make fun of the really self-important, ridiculous aspect of the NBA where guys in the lab, never seen a shot like this before. James Harden broke, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it is like guys really do work on a specific move, work on this, that, or the other. That's interesting. That'd be really cool if something came out of that we could point to. Be like,
so the number one thing I could think of is like his 3-point shot, because he already has a great one, but can it come out more because you created something that allowed for it? So
I was just thinking the same thing. And in college, Jamal Murray averaged slightly more threes per game than twos attempted.
Really?
Attempted. Wow. Now, obviously, different distance and all of that, but he loved that shot. Up at I think 7.7 attempts for his career. Which was a freshman year, but he shot 40%. That's high volume, and now he hunted that shot. Mm-hmm. I think, understandably, he and Jokic sort of fell in love with their ability to always find a two that makes more sense than kind of forcing a three.
Yeah,
or more often than not, always is categorical. I think maybe Murray is the guard part of this equation. Maybe could shift back more towards that approach as well.
Let us know what you think in the comments. I'm just curious. I think we can extend him a little grace and hope this year is the year that he really extends it. But on the other side, we're going to talk about DaRon Holmes. I don't know if you guys watched him last week at Summer League.
What?
We've talked a lot about what he can provide this year, but what about years to come? What's his upside on the other side?
Dang.
Consistency. It's a word that's important at Empire today. They consistently are charting out flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. It's consistent, one might say. These are not folks who work at a giant warehouse who happen to be showing you some flooring options. These are dedicated flooring professionals who do this all day, every day. And when you're buying flooring, we know that can be a costly commitment. So you want to pick the right flooring in the right colors for your space. See how it looks with your furniture in your house. Get those precise measurements taken, have all your questions answered, so there are no surprises. That's why you got to call Empire today. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, because some things are just better at home. DNVR listeners can receive a $350 discount when using the promo code DNVR. You did hear that right, a $350 discount with code DNVR. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday/DNVR for more details. We could also talk to you about Mando. In fact, we have to talk.
Bro, I have a Mando story.
Well, after this is over, I actually want to talk to you specifically about it.
Oh, what's it?
I ran out of Mando today.
Are you commando?
Mid-armpit.
Whoa, what?
So I have one armpit right now that is Mando, another one, an old one
How
I
did
had
you
in the
not
drawer.
visually notice that you were near the end of your Mando?
Because sometimes you can't tell. Like it's coming out, you're good, and then all of a sudden it gets wobbly at the last little
Were
bit.
you able to get both balls or only one?
Well, I'm not going to go that
You get the full grundle or just the grund?
We're talking about Mando. It's a full body men's deodorant brand. And when they talk about body odor, you'll notice they say body odor, not armpit odor. Be a little silly to think just one little stripe of deodorant under the arms has you set and ready to go.
Especially when you have two armpits like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole body to take care
over
of.
here, you're in the danger zone. Over here, I'm
Why
good.
didn't you sit on that side of me?
Because over here, I'm great.
Mando has a starter pack that's perfect for new customers. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, plus free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. That code is DNVR. Use code DNVR at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Wow. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
Back here on the DNVR Nuggets podcast, make sure you guys throw us a like. Get these likes up. It's off season, but you know what? It's not just for sickos, man. We have a good time on the show.
Bro, I'm having an okay time.
I mean, imagine how the audience feels.
Probably less that.
Let's talk about DaRon Holmes. He had a summer league. I was gone for a lot of this. I know, Vote, you and Wind were holding it down. D-Line was with me out there for quite a bit, including getting him on the show, close up to his ear.
Listen, I didn't have any... I did the best that I could. Oh, okay. It's just the way you said it and what you said and the way you looked at me. It sounded like it was not a compliment.
That's just my style. You know it. I say things really kindly in a condescending way.
Sure. Well, thank you.
I'm not good at expressing emotion. You know this, Eric.
Thank you.
We talked about it. But DaRon Holmes, man, So a lot of talk has gone into what he can provide this year, and I think there's something interesting to it. He shoots. The one thing I'll say is I do think his shot is good. I think that the Summer League, first of all, before we get into the highs and lows of Summer League, I just think Summer League was always going to be a venue that was not great for him because he needs to play a specific role. Go ahead.
Except for that it was the last couple games, he was easily the best. Because I was with you on this. Early on, it was like, okay, well, hard for a center because he has to get the ball from somebody else. And then he was just floating around the outside. And it's like, okay, we already get that he can be a stretch 5. Can he be more than that?
Right. And
like in the last game that he played, he was the best player on the floor, no question.
I think, though, as with Summer League, guys stop playing a little bit.
Sure.
So, like, you move up the totem pole, so to speak, a little bit. And I think there was a little bit of that with DaRon, but I do agree that he looked really good in those last couple, especially the last one. Vogt, do you want to just give a quick summary of your perspective on him just as an immediate impact player? Were you impressed? Do you think that's happening?
I was impressed. I thought it was a very pleasantly surprising Summer League. When I say surprising, not because of talent or DaRon as a prospect, because of the obvious, coming off of an injury, having not played organized basketball in a year, going right back to the gym where it happened. I thought the first game he looked great. I thought the second game he looked gassed. I thought it was a combination of they played a really big team.
Yeah.
And he looked a little overwhelmed in the interior. I also thought he looked tired playing his second full game in a year.
I will say the Nuggets did have a scrimmage against the Japanese national team in between games 2 and 3. And so they might have actually been a little tired.
And if you think about Holmes, I mean, he had been rehabbing, barely conditioning this whole time. I mean, it's not like that's a lot to all of a sudden play that much basketball. For them to him bounce back and get a start at center and play a big, grab as many offensive rebounds as he did, really look good on the interior. That was really encouraging for his versatility. I think if you were a team that was curious about what they had, like if you were the Toronto Raptors, I think you could throw DaRon Holmes on the floor this year and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if Denver has to now. In fact, I think they don't with Valanciunas coming back. You do have Zeke and Peyton at the 4, Valanciunas the backup 5. So this is a more comfortable spot, I think, with Holmes, which is let him get a taste of it, actually participating in practices, maybe plays in some garbage times, but minimal to no expectations because they just don't need to yet. That's the beauty of Valanciunas indeed coming to Denver.
So here are my two things with DaRon that I think, my two big areas of concern. Number one, strength is an area of concern for me. Watching him up close, I think it was the Timberwolves matchup. They had some big guys. He just got pushed around a lot.
Yeah, he did.
And you think of him as where will he play? If you're just a 4, we saw this with Zeke Naji. If you're just a 4, well, now the opportunity is more limited. If you can play the backup 5, okay. But I am curious to see, and he has a couple months to beef up and to really work on this and obviously grow throughout the course of the season. But I am curious / skeptical of whether this year he will be able to handle that role.
Yeah.
If Jokic is out or Big Val is out any game, you go, okay, who's the backup center? I wouldn't be surprised, ironically, if Zeke Naji is ahead of him at backup center, but behind him in power forward. Poor Zeke. He just keeps being like, really? But so there was that. And then I think just the general understanding of the game, I think he's just a rookie. And I don't think he's below, other rookies or this or that. But it is something that you look at and go, how quickly is he going to read the court? Because this Nuggets team is a team that, in theory, this year is going to read the court better than anyone. It's going to be the best ever at that. So you get a guy who's never played this style, never played at this tempo and pace, and with this complex of reads. I do think that that's also going to be an obstacle for him. And I think that's been an obstacle for Zeke, by the way. It's one of the things that's kept him off the court is just, hey, man, everybody else is playing chess and you're still, trying to read the board. So those are my two big concerns and why I think this year he'll be a limited role. And if he does play, I think it would be at power forward. So I'll talk about optimism, but first of all, that's my concerns.
Yeah, I guess concerns for me are, and we both kind of like keyed on this close. I look at things like very like visually. I look at movement. I look at sort of how the player looks in the context of a basketball game. And I at first was very nervous about watching the way that he was moving.
Well, that's actually another concern. I'm glad you brought it up.
But it's like I was like, because I'm like,
who does he walk / run like?
Kind of Jokic, honestly.
Nah, I think there's a way better comp.
Who?
It's weird. Zion.
Oh.
He has a very heavy-footed,
yeah, he does.
But left to right stomp, and you're just kind of like, man, I don't love that.
Yeah, well, so early on, I was like really looking at it because I was like, oh my gosh, he's not he hasn't come back from that yet. Like, because I
I
was being overcritical. Yes, but then as I watched him more, like he kind of lumbers and he kind of moves weird. But then he as he gets in the flow, he gets more and more fluid and smooth and powerful. Frankly, so it actually kind of like made me feel more comfortable, and people that had watched him at Dayton said that that's how he moved in general. But I do feel like he might put like a lot of stress on his joints just in general.
You walk a certain way because it like balances the weight, and he almost puts all that weight on each leg as he walks in a weird way. I mean, we're overthinking this, but it's a no.
It's off season. We have to talk about these teams every day. Go ahead.
I think he's definitely a 4.
Yeah, I do too.
I think he's a lot like Zeke in that like just big enough that you might talk yourself into the versatility. You play him at the small ball backup 5, but it would be doing him a disservice in terms of his development and public opinion. I think he's a 4, which is why I think it's just sort of a glad you're around this year. Maybe we'll find some minutes, but nothing's needed. And, because Peyton and even Zeke, if it's 4, I think would probably at the 4 would probably play ahead of Holmes right now, and that's fine with me. But I think I like Holmes like long term. I'm pleasantly surprised with what I saw in summer league, and if that shot is there, I think he's a guy that can play at the NBA level.
And this is where the challenge comes for David Adelman, because I think you need to invest in Zeke Naji to get off that contract at some point. It would really help the Nuggets if they got off of his contract. But you also have to invest in DaRon Holmes, because down the line, I could absolutely seeing him be a very positive value player next to Jokic as a starter or just as a guy off the bench that you love when he's on the floor with Jokic. Because I think him and Zeke suffer from the same thing in that they're both kind of 4s more than 5s. And there's a big gap between that. But he's a different type of 4. Zeke's like a big 4, but then he can move his feet on the perimeter. I think DaRon Holmes is going to be way more springy and nimble on the perimeter defensively. But offensively, and this is what stood out in that last game, he has a lot of stuff in his bag. And it's not like he's trying to have a lot of stuff in his bag. I'm just saying he's capable of a lot of things. Like, he handles the ball pretty well. He kind of like moves with the ball pretty well to like where he has to finish around. And then, of course, he shoots the 3 well. And so I look at that and I say, this year, I hope he gets minutes, like spot minutes. Yep. And if he earns more than that, obviously that would be great. But I think he's going to have spot minutes. We'll get some developmental stuff. But long term, that 3-point shot I believe in, and just the ability to handle the ball a little bit, we know opens up the offense. Not that you're giving him the ball, but if the ball finds him, it's not like somebody run and get the ball out of Zeke's hands right now because he caught the ball in a weird spot. It's that, okay, he knows what to do and he can make a few finishes. Open court, do you throw it ahead to everybody? No. Do you throw it ahead to DaRon Holmes? I think so. He's open. Throw it to him, he'll finish that.
Yeah, like I think his shot is real. Like I think he is. I think he's a good shooter, and I do think that he takes long strides. I think he's like kind of like deceptively fast that way. I think that he is crafty. Like we didn't see him. I mean, a lot of his finishes inside were unopposed. Like he was just alone in the paint, so it's kind of hard to say like whether or not he has a great post up game or not. But I just think I think that there's something there, and I see why the previous regime was interested in getting him. I think he is like kind of a new school, positionless player that has size, you know, like 1 through 5 switchability. Not that he can, but I'm just saying like he is the type of player that can sort of fill a bunch of different roles, and you can just say like you don't even know exactly what position he's playing on the court. Right. He's just like a big guy that can shoot and find an open spot. But you know, it's like with him and with Rapid Man, Spencer Jones, is another guy that I look at. I'm like, that's like a serviceable guy. Like Zeke Naji is in no way in my mind penciled into anything. Like
for sure he's not.
I really think that the front office and David Adelman, when they're talking about the team like being an open competition, means that as much as it's ever meant before. Like we're really going to find out who the guys are, and there is enough depth, seemingly, that they can put together a good team that makes sense, not just like be, you know, like, oh, well, we have to put this guy here. We have to put this guy here.
Lastly, I was really encouraged actually by the rebounding when he played the center in the last game. When he started at center, he grabbed a ton of them. And at power forward,
he had like 18 or something. I thought it was a lot.
And at power forward, he didn't grab a ton, but I felt like he was really active boxing guys out. Like maybe Tyrell Harrison, whoever, grabbed the board, but Holmes was active in the process of the team securing the rebound.
Harrison stunk.
To me, that's one thing that that Zeke did in college that he hasn't been able to do at the NBA level, whether 4 or 5, that kind of drives me nuts. And I think would go a long way for him is rebounding. So I was encouraged by that from Holmes as well.
So I actually think he's a player, but I think Nuggets fans should be a little paid. The team's really good this year. This is not like last year where you're praying there's somebody that can step in the role. The team's really good. And if he doesn't hit, I think Denver still wins the title. If he hits, then it's like, okay, it gets interesting. But I do look at him.
Title.
But I do look at him as a guy that I could see in a few years. I think learning the game is going to be big for him. He crosses me as a player who is a really good executor of a coach's game plan, which is important. That's the foundation. But when you play for the Nuggets, especially as you extend in more and more minutes, when you play for the Nuggets, you have to be able to read the court. And I just think that he's going to be starting from a very early position there, probably have very limited responsibility and role. But over time, his upside might be determined by, yes, but now can you be on our wavelength here? Can you, like, we're not calling this play, we're calling a reaction to the defense.
Well, and don't discount the fact that he's a rookie only in name. Like, he was around the team for a full year, which is, we've seen guys step in that, Chet Holmgren, we've seen guys that had their entire rookie season derailed. This is actually more common than you imagine. Like, a lot of guys come in, they get injured their first year, they come back as a rookie, and then they dominate, and so because they're comfortable with the travel schedule. They kind of know what it means to be a professional that way. So I like that they don't have to rely on him, but would not at all be surprised if they end up relying on him.
Well, we have to go to break, but I have one more point I want to make here, and that is that he does have talent. It's like a little raw and has to develop, but he does. Like Zeke Naji, you can't imagine making multi-part moves behind the back and then pivot, half shimmy, whatever. DaRon has that. And so when you think about it, in some ways, he almost reminds me of Jeremy Grant, who came in as this raw, great body, athletic. He's going to be a defensive guy, and if he learns to shoot the 3, he'll be good. And then he grew to where you're like, actually, he can ISO. He has a handle. He can do the different things. DaRon Holmes, to me, long term, I would not be surprised if year 4, it's like, you know what, DaRon Holmes can run a little pick and roll, or he can do a little bit more. And that's why I think he's such an interesting
Jeremy
prospect.
Grant's an interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. On the other, it's a little hair comp though too. There's a little bit of that. On the other side, lovable Nuggets.
Lovable
Talk about
roofers.
lovable.
Denver's best roofers are on DNVR's team. Go with the pros at Red Hawk Roofing. Get your roof checked once a year. It's preventative medicine for the home that you pour your life into. Make sure you're covered with Red Hawk Roofing. There's no project too small for the fellas at Red Hawk Roofing, and they'll start with a small project, earn your trust, and that relationship can blossom from there, and you know who to call, who to trust when, God forbid, those bigger projects and issues should arise. There's quality materials at hand here, decades of experience, quick response time. They are Colorado's best estimators and contractors. Free no obligation roof and property inspections, free in-depth photo reports for all inspections. Supporting your local teams means also supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. If you're looking for a new roof of your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com or call 720-771-8921. Tell them that we at DNVR are the ones who sent you.
Quickly, like, they were well represented in our golf event last week, and there was the tent, and I was like, Red Hawk Roofing, Kai! They were like, Kai! And I was like, yeah, I do that. And they're like, oh, that's you? I was like,
And they were bummed.
Let's move it along and talk about cake. Buying an investment property should be straightforward. Find a place where the cash flows, you make your down payment, you start collecting checks. It should be that simple. Unfortunately, it's not. First, it's time to get a loan, then suddenly you're trying to justify every tax write-off and business expense you've ever taken.
Oh, there's nothing more. I'm telling you, that is the biggest nightmare when you're trying to be like, no, I have a profitable business. Well, then why did you write off this? Because why wouldn't I write it
Why
off?
wouldn't I?
What am I, an
As a
idiot?
tax deduction, explaining to some mouth-breathing paper pusher, as Adam just exampled.
I didn't say that, but I did imply it. I did imply it.
Why
yeah.
it's good that your CPA made you look poor on paper. So this is where Kate comes into play. Traditional banks and lenders seriously don't get you, but they do. So if you've always dreamed about owning income property or you're building your real estate legacy, call 1-800-EAT-CAKE or head to the link in our show description.
Income property can mean a lot of different things. Airbnb, rental property, it could be an apartment, something like that. Or they even do this for your personal home.
Yurt.
Life is better with Cake. Cake Mortgage Corp, equal housing lender, NMLS number 1734623, licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply.
Alrighty, we are back here, segment 3. You guys want to have some fun now?
No. I hate fun, dude.
We're gonna have to do it one way or another.
Fine.
So I was thinking about this. every year there's a most lovable player on the team. You know, most years that's Jokic. If we're really being honest with ourselves,
Is there a difference between love and revere and just like
that's for you to know. This is a philosophical question,
like uncomfortable worship level.
Yeah. And this is for you to. I mean, is there a difference between love and reverence for you? It's possible those are separate words.
They're separate. Yeah.
They're
definitely
separate.
separate. Yeah.
So here's what I thought I would do. It'd be fun for us to go back and because I did that. I actually was thinking about something and it led me to this, and I was like, oh, it'll open up conversation. If we go to this last year, 2025, me and Eric have touched hands on accident like 6 times, and every time he goes like
accident. No, well, to be honest,
it's like, oh.
it's not. It's because I notice I'm making this like strong. I'm like having an awkward.
Yeah.
We'll just be like that. That's
So if we go to there it is. If we go to 2025, this last year, let's work our way back. We'll talk about most beloved. But here's the kick: can't pick Jokic over the last 5 years.
it's Mr. Nugget rules.
It's not Mr. Nugget because Mr. Nugget.
but it's just the same
I'm
type.
telling you, you'll see why. There's one player who I'm going to argue that's not Mr. Nugget material, but is most lovable fan favorite. This is really more pure fan favorite. Mr. Nugget, there's like a responsibility to that as well.
Sure.
Like J.R. Smith could never have been Mr. Nugget.
No,
But there was a year we all kind of loved him the most.
Yeah.
So here we go. 2025, I think it's clearly AG. I think Aaron Gordon has been the most lovable Nugget, not named Jokic,
lovable.
but it's like, hey man, that's our guy.
Can I throw out a dark horse?
Throw him out.
Vlatko Čančar.
I just don't think if you polled Nuggets fans, that would be like, I don't think he would pop up. We love our guy.
How could you not love that man?
How could you not?
Very lovable.
Very lovable, but not quite a big
Fine.
of a. Do you
Fine.
think it's? I think it's AG. I mean,
Yeah.
he had.
Yes.
You know, it was a heavy year for him. He had all those game winners and stuff. Like,
No question.
do you think there's anybody else that could fall into this category?
No.
I think Christian Brown would be a very distant number 2.
Okay,
We were
all
talking,
right.
but
He's
like
a
very
little aloof.
distant.
He's a little aloof for me.
A little aloof, you know, he's not quite established enough. It was the year he established himself. If you went to 2024, I think it's once again AG. I think easily Mr.
Can I throw out a
Nugget.
dark horse?
Yeah.
Vlatko Čančar.
I think it was AG.
Fine.
Here's where it gets interesting. Now we go to the championship year. And
Oh my
I
God.
think it was AG again. But you could make a very strong case for Jamal Murray.
Oh, wow.
In the championship year?
In the championship year. I think it was AG for most of the year, but Jamal Murray in
What
that
about-
playoffs, man.
What about Bruce Brown?
I think
Brucey
Bruce
B?
Brown, I like it. Brucey B in the champ. You're right. Brucey B.
If you have a lovey-dovey
You're right.
nickname that you assign to a
Brucey
person,
B. It's so true.
I
Brucey
think
B.
it's gotta be Bruce.
Over
the
AG
Cowboy-
even?
We just
He
gave
was-
AG 2 years.
He
in a
was
row.
he was the #1 all pander team USA, which we appreciated very much.
I kind of think Bruce Brown's a good answer.
It might be Brucey B. I think it's AG, and we're just kind of like, you know,
do we have
it's
to,
boring to go over again.
do we have to change Mr. Nugget to Mr. Lovett?
But Jamal too, though. Like the we're ready for this. That was like probably
I know,
my
but that's not
favorite
like-
moment.
Reverence and
Oh,
love.
man, that's a
to me,
great
that's
one.
not, but that's not love. That's
Yeah.
like you're like
Yeah.
you're with you're not, but you're not like I love that guy, but you're not like, oh, Jamal.
But he was back from injury. So
No,
like,
listen.
showing up out of shape and stuff, and then he had some big games, you know, like
You're not wrong. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
I think
lovable.
this is the first year we have 3 candidates. I think it's Brucey B, AG, and Jamal. You could make a case. Obviously, it's Jokic. I just get this out there so this,
Yeah.
nobody gets
I
mad
just-
at me.
I don't
He's
think-
unqualified for these last
I don't
5
think
years.
Jamal's ever been in that conversation.
Oh,
He's
we're
a
gonna-
little prickly.
The
no,
conversations
we're gonna
we're in are more like second best.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
he the dopest?
player.
I'm going to disagree with you on one year. This is part of what made this experiment great,
Yeah,
is because
yeah.
it kind of shows
Yeah,
that he
sure.
used to be in this zone. So I think you're right. Jamal 3rd, Brucey B, AG, 1A, 1B. It's hard to remember. Here's what's interesting. AG comes over halfway through the year in 2021. 2022 is his first full year here. I don't think AG was quite, although I think we named him Mr. Nugget halfway through this year. I don't know that he had ascended to full Mr. Nugget status the way
not
we have
yet.
him now.
It's just cool to have him.
And so I actually think 2022 most lovable Nugget,
Ted.
Bones Highland.
Yeah, I knew it. Bonesy.
I think it was Bones. He had
It's-
so much energy.
Dude, no
Nothing
one-
meant anything. It was like a freebie
What
of
a
a year.
generational bag fumble.
That's it really is. This
Goodwill.
actually needs to be studied.
Goodwill fumble too, like actual bag fumble, career fumble, fan base love
We
fumble.
freaking love that guy.
Financial fumble,
We
actual
freaking
bag
love that
fumble.
guy. And then
Having
he
a
like,
sandwich on the menu fumble.
oh my God.
get me
And in
started.
2022, Bones had a bunch of iconic moments, like big time moments. The crowd loved him. You
Yes.
know this vote from being at the arena. There's some guys, when they check in, there's a little bit extra. Bones was that guy in 2022.
I actually kind of think there's something to this.
It's absolutely Bones.
I
Highland.
actually think it kind of maybe was.
It totally was.
Your other options would be like Monte Morris, Will Barton.
What about Facu Campazzo? Fasu.
Maybe. Austin Rivers, PJ Dozier, Marcus Howard. It's not like there's that many to pick from.
Fasu Dossier.
But I think it was Bones in 2022.
It totally
First of all,
dude.
how crazy is this that we're only going back 4 years and we're already like, yeah, Bones. Outside of Jokic, Bones was the
I
favorite.
rode so hard for Bones to be Mr. Nugget. Thank God I lost that election. I thank God that because he really turned, he just went the wrong direction. He went the wrong direction. He lost it. He had the inside track as far as I'm concerned, but he was definitely most lovable. And then
so
fell.
lovable.
Then like
Fell harder than anyone's ever
The thin
fallen.
line between love and hate reared its ugly head one more time.
If we go to 2021, this is where I think it's one of 2 years. I would say it was Jamal Murray because if you remember 2021, this is pre-injury. He's got the 50-point game against the Cavs with no free throws, 21 of 25 from the field. He had some monster performances, and it really did feel like the ascension of Jamal Murray. Really, it was 2020, the bubble, and 2021. I actually think this was well before. It's hard for us to remember now, but I think it was before the turn. He was new enough that we were just like, man, he's getting better. What's he going to be this year? And he dropped a 50-piece on almost perfect shooting.
This is the 2020-2021 team, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean...
Bro, there's a couple others, though.
Is it still... This may be past Garris, right? Like
Gary's already over the hill.
He's
This
on
is
the
2 years
team,
over the
but
hill.
he's no longer this guy in terms of the fan base.
Is it?
Aaron Gordon wasn't established.
Monte
enough yet.
Morris.
Monte Morris is a candidate.
Is it Monte Morris?
But I don't think so, man.
Is it Paul Millsap?
I don't think it's Paul Millsap.
Everyone loved Monte
We called him
Morris.
Dad. We called
But I'm
Monte.
telling you, this is before the turn on Jamal. Because all he had ever done was delivered for us at this point in the playoffs. And then the regular season, he's having these monster games.
I know.
You might be right. You might be right. I think I would have said Monte just off memory, but your argument's pretty compelling.
If you go to 2020, I think it's for sure. And this is the last ineligible year for Jokic, in my opinion. We can start to add him after this, or we can at least talk about it. Because, again, he's just too good at this point. That's, of course, it's going to be Jokic. But 2020 was the bubble year. And Jamal's bubble is, like, to this date, even more iconic than the championship run.
I know.
Bubble Jamal that year was still on the ascension and then gave us something where we were like, is he literally Kobe to Jokic's Shaq?
Oh, my God.
I think 2020 was Jamal's maybe highest Q score.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He's never presented himself as lovable.
That's true. His personality does some work here.
He doesn't like,
right. But
he
he
doesn't
was in the
outreach
bubble.
to the crowd. Like he does a little bit, but
Cried in the bubble. Remember how
Yes.
relatable that was? The just pure raw emotion.
That was the peak of Murray love, I think. Like outside of the title.
But I
which
think
is-
the next year we just thought that the next year was a continuation of that until he gets hurt. So that's why I think 2020 and 2021 it was
okay.
like
Listen,
we kind of thought we had a Kobe Shaq thing where it's like we're just going to love both of them, and it's like who's playing for third.
okay. I mean, like he was the dopest for. I'll never argue that. Like he was but like was Kobe did people? I mean, was that love? Again, it's like
They love
this
Kobe.
weird thing where it's like, like is he fuzzy? Do you want to hug him?
Yeah,
I would sick him on my enemies.
yeah. I mean,
Can I throw Millsap out for this
I
year?
did throw Millsap.
I don't think
we called him
but
Dad.
he changed, his moment in the Clippers series completely changed that series.
Yeah.
But that was like
you're right. That was a great moment.
it was a great moment, but it was like an FU moment. But but that's Brucey.
Millsap just isn't like. I mean, I think he was doing magic.
We love
he was like,
magic.
all right, we love it, but that's not the guy. If we go to 2019 now, Jokic is eligible here, in my opinion, because he was still young and new. So it's clearly
it's
Jokic. But I think Monte and Jamal, to me, in 2019, it was kind of Monte was new.
Jameer Nelson, very lovable.
He was way earlier.
I would say Monte here.
How long
So
have I
maybe
watched this
Monte
team?
it's Jokic, then Monte. If you go to 2018, it's clearly Gary Harris. It's Jokic, then Gary Harris. Because 2018 was his best year.
I've watched so
I
many.
think Gary, we remember how much we
17,
loved.
18, it has to be Gary.
I
He
think
was Mr. Nugget.
He was Mr.
He was
Nugget,
Mr. Nugget,
the
yeah.
first
The
one.
first one,
But he
dude.
also just had such a great year that this is around the time, I think it was 2017, when Vic said he's the Nuggets' best player. Like, Gary Harris had a very good 2 years.
But we loved Gary.
And we really loved him.
This was the confluence of his fan favorite. Also, this guy might be really good.
Yes.
Like, this was the peak, Apex Mountain.
And he had kind of his personality wasn't that interesting, but there was something about, like, he's not, he's just a
But it
business
was
guy.
but it was like he played up to it. It
Yeah.
was
Chris Herring wrote Gary Harris might be the next Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, you're right.
Which
Around
wasn't
this
even
time.
like at the time.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
felt
great
like that.
argument. Great argument.
Just always injured.
Yeah. If we go to 2017, again, Jokic number 1. Monte is in this conversation too, but you know who a sneaky one is?
Who?
2017 was the Wancho rookie season. With the
I
Wancho
was
game.
going to nominate Wancho.
Me gusta
It was only his
Wancho.
rookie year that he felt. Then we kept trying to live up to the hype of what we thought might be coming. But he was just so fun, and he gave us some
Are you
iconic
talking about
moments.
Panathinaikos legend?
That's who I'm talking
Bo
about.
Cruz.
This is the year, right? With the Golden State
Yes,
game, the
that's
Wancho game.
the Warriors year. Yep.
Yeah.
The dance alone. Oh my god.
The dance alone.
I wrote
man.
one of my favorite early blog posts I wrote was called "Where in the World is Wancho Land?" because Chris Marlowe had come up with that. But I noticed that Marlowe actually used it more often than not for one spot of the court.
Really?
Yes, it was the
that
corner.
correlated
It was the
with
corner, yeah.
a higher percentage. It was the other wing, but it was like this wing is Wancho Land. So
Yeah.
like I identified it and wrote a whole piece. It was a lot of fun actually. I miss
Real
Wancho.
quick,
Yeah.
this is before the decline. Will Barton was also beloved this year. I remember making the Thrill shirt.
Yeah, but
and-
he wasn't. I actually think Will Barton is on this list, but it's earlier.
It is earlier when he was People's Champ.
And I would say, so if you go to 2017, at this point,
Yusuf Nurkic.
I was going to say it was kind of
just
coming
kidding.
into the year. It was Nurkic because we were like, oh my God, because he had
all
such a
about
good
him.
rookie year.
He
It's
had
going to be
huge
this.
legs.
And then he was terrible.
He wasn't
Kenneth,
terrible. Not to leave.
Kenneth Fareed, maybe?
Oh my god.
Danilo
yes.
Gallinari?
Oh my god, yes.
This was
Dude,
the
that was an
Jokic-
all love
Jokic
squad.
Fareed
That was
era.
a full love
Sorry,
squad.
we're in 15-16?
17. We're in, yeah, sorry, 15-16, yes.
That was all love all the time, that squad.
By the time, so the next year, I think I get to
Fareed.
town, and Fareed is
Although
Yeah,
he's prickly
it's
at that
soured.
point.
quietly being, I think, ushered out of the Bills.
But it's still like you want to talk
organization.
about every time he came in with how the crowd reacted.
Well, my point was you couldn't go 1 week working on this job that year without someone asking like, why isn't Fareed playing? Why isn't Fareed playing? Where's Fareed?
Right.
And there were good answers, but he was so beloved by this fan base.
This is also the year Gallo comes back and joins Jokic, and fans obviously loved him. But to me, that era felt more like, oh, you're not part of where this is going, you know, kind of
You mean
tension
when he was
almost.
the only one that didn't sign the triple-double ball?
Like that. That's part of it. I
Kind
think
of
that's part
a
of
weird
it.
choice, man. You know, it can be overstated, but it can't be ignored.
Are we landing on Kenneth Fareed as the number 2 of 2016?
I don't know. What are the other candidates?
The other candidates are going to be Will Barton, Gary Harris, who I think are kind of in between.
Dude, I kind of think Will Barton
And Danilo Gallinari.
was a
Barton's
guy
no,
at this time.
It's 2015 because if this is Jokic's rookie season and it was Will Barton's first, I believe, full season with Denver.
Oh, I thought that's the year we were on. But yeah, I agree. 15-16?
Yeah. Oh no, he does get traded. Did he get traded halfway through this one? Well, maybe this was the year he got traded. So you're right. In 2016, Will Barton is in this conversation because he was new enough. He brought energy, personality.
He was
Fans hadn't turned
the
on him.
best.
Yeah, he was the best. He might be in that conversation. 2015, he gets traded over. You could make an argument. Oh yeah, 2015 is the year before you. That's why I'm 15, 16. That's how I'm.
Bro,
messing
there are
this up.
too many seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, the year before
Will's
Jokic.
gotta be there for that 15, 16, or 16,
Who?
17 season. Thrill.
I think you're right. That's
I
20.
agree.
That 16, 17 season is the year that it was Thrill. Yeah,
I agree,
I got it wrong. And then 15, 16, right before, or the year right before Jokic, Ty Lawson. People don't remember that weren't part of that
I
era.
love Ty Lawson.
It was
I
Ty
am
Lawson.
This is 14-15, right? You got to go
Correct.
back to?
Yeah. And Nurkic actually was beloved too because remember he was new and he
Speaking
blocked
of-
some shots.
Cake needs to reach out to Ty Lawson. That'd be a great pitch, man. Get with Cakes on the low.
How about Darrell Arthur popping up on the
Get with Cake
roster?
on the low, dude.
Cake on the low.
You never guess what he's talking about.
And then also just personal favorite short king of mine, Jameer Nelson is awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome. At the time, I will confess, this is my first year covering the team. I was annoyed that he was playing over Moutier.
Me too.
Like, I know he's good, but get him out the way. We
You
got to
should
see
have
what he's
saved
got.
that for when he was playing over Jamal. That was when it was time to be annoyed.
It's an interesting thought experiment only because, in my personal opinion, Jamal peaked in 2020, 2021, just in terms of relationship to the fan. And this is the inevitable thing about all players. You're an exciting new thing until expectations arrive. And then it's like, okay, but now are you going to deliver?
For sure.
And for Jamal, he delivered in 2020. He delivered in 2021 until he got hurt. And then after he came back, it was like clocks on. And it's just kind of an interesting perspective.
He's like, you're interested in a title? Here's one.
Here's one. And I was like, sweet.
2023.
Bones Highland, too. Winning one of these is insane.
Bro,
That's insane.
Generational bag fumble.
Gary Harris, like being a legitimate, we all consensus agree he was the number one guy. It's
funny because Bones kind of became the kind of person who would tweet stuff like, one day they love you, the next they hate you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
you sped run that whole experience, brother.
I know.
Really
and you're saying that when they love you.
lesson from that, not just be mad.
Cram that one in.
All right, you guys want to snake draft something?
Snake drafting.
Kale, what are we snake drafting today?
Find out. I can't wait to find
Worst
out.
places to give birth. Nope, that's next week.
Words associated with Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
So here are the rules. They can be one word or like a 2-word phrase. Okay, but it can't be like a full-on phrase, like a long one. Like the lightning is coming would be too much.
Yep.
You know. So 1 or 2-word phrases, and we can differentiate through words that have one of the same words but are different concepts.
You've given this a lot of thought, and
Yes.
we're hearing about it for the first time.
Yep.
I'm
That's
just
exactly
now
it.
hearing. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll go one. Pick one. Give me GOAT.
Okay, he goes with GOAT right off the top.
Give me GOAT.
It's a good one. It was on my list. It was 4th.
Okay, well, listen.
It was 4th on my board. I'm going to go with
Triple-double. Just put it down.
I'm going to go with Serbia.
I was gonna
I'm going to go with Serbia. I'm taking Serbia with my number 1 pick.
Poor vote has to take triple-double.
I'm going to take MVP.
Oh, that's a
okay.
great one.
All right.
That was on my board.
I don't have a board because we just learned about this.
I put it in the chat 3 hours ago, but that's all right. That's fine.
Well, since it's still there, I'm going to take triple-double.
Good pick. Yeah.
He got the greatest
Good. That's a
value
good pick. That's a good pick.
We all
first round.
voted with our hearts too, because we had a thing we wanted.
Those are the 1 seeds right there.
Yeah, those are the ones.
And then I'm going to go Sombor double with my
All right.
turn.
He took an undrafted guy. That's interesting.
I know, right?
Sombor double. We do like a good Sombor double.
Oh, I feel good about my first 2. I will take the word horse, please.
Oh, horse. That was low on my board, but it is one for sure. Oh, it's me.
Yeah,
I'm
correct.
gonna go.
That's right, buddy.
All right. I'm going to go with passing. I'm going to go with passing.
When I think of passing,
Yeah, I think of Jokic, I think of passing.
I mean, I think of people that are dying, but that's fine. Why not?
Passing away.
All right, let's see. With my pick, Nikola Jokic. Give me a Joker.
Yeah, there you go. Joker. Goat and Joker is a good one too. You're right. I hate my board already.
Yeah, it sucks. Serbia and passing.
I mean,
Jeebus.
hey, Serbia, carry this for me. Carry this vote.
All right.
Here's the thing. Goat Joker, so far you could be describing Novak Djokovic.
That's so true. Did I tell you guys my wife loves Djokovic? Like,
Me too. I love him too.
She
But
doesn't,
not, or
she
like
doesn't
how he
watch
looks?
tennis, but she watches every time he's on.
He's unbelievable.
I know. And I can't get. I'm like, why?
He's also LeBroning it, man. He should be so far past his prime. Like he's
Yeah.
still like out there. It's
she
unbelievable.
loves his will. She's just like he just
Yeah.
never quits.
He doesn't
And I was
quit.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the intensity of a psychopath Serbian just burning through.
All right. Words associated with Nikola Jokic. How about I say Jokic? What do I say? I say I wish I had a board. I
Do
wish
you want to
I-
look at the board here?
I wish
I have
I
a
could
good board.
Give me
You're not going to go with the board?
Nuggets.
Dang it. That was
all right.
mine. Yeah, I had that one.
All right. I am going to go with basketball IQ.
Oh, okay.
Basketball IQ.
Okay. All right, go.
Okay. I'm going to go off the beaten path and I'm going to use the word brothers.
Like that's a good one.
Jokic, Nikola Jokic,
MVP of Horse Brothers. Honestly, it actually is. 99% of NBA fans would have this already. Just say less.
Yeah, I got the Twitter version of Jokic. Eric has the actual version of Jokic.
All right. I think all the major picks are gone. I'm going to pick stretch 5.
Stretch 5, do it.
Man, that's crazy. There's still we're gonna have some good undrafted ones.
All right.
I know. Normally you're happy because you're like, hell yeah, I get to fire 2 of my off. You're like,
You're
but for
like-
us, we're like, I'm thinking about this for the first time.
For the first time. All right. I'm going to go dream catcher.
Okay. Dream catcher, his first horse and the name of his stables.
Vote, you're up.
I'll steal from the chat and from Kale. I'll take Sombor Shuffle.
I can't believe this fell that far. Did I not have this on my board somehow? I can't believe it fell that far. That should have been a number one pick.
It should have been a number one.
I can't believe that fell. What idiots. What oversight.
I might have a chance.
You have a great
I'm
chance
really
now.
mad I took Sombor double instead of Sombor
Yeah, it was
Shuffle.
an insane pick.
How about stretch 5? Kale?
Yeah.
Adam told me I was going to be in this draft 2 minutes before we
I
started.
know.
Listen,
Hey,
we're all
man.
in the same boat.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Adam's the only one with any preparation. He's losing.
I'm losing horribly. I'm going to go, man, I hate to make this. I'm going to go spicy, even though I have one I like more. I'm going to go a little spicy. When you think of Nikola Jokic, you think of number 15.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Take that.
Take that, Melo.
Carmelo Anthony. All right. Just give me, let's keep it simple. Let's keep paring down. Give me Sombor.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good. I was actually somehow ranked 1 on my board, and I didn't take it in any 4 rounds.
Yeah, what the H,
I don't
bro?
know.
All right. And my final pick, I will go Nikola Jokic.
Take beer. Take beer.
I will take,
Rakia.
no. I mean, I feel like I've had a great draft. I can't lose in the end. Part of me wants to take phone book because everyone goes, you can't jump over a phone book. Yeah, this guy can't jump over a curb. I'm going to say generational.
All right. You kind of fumbled it at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little
Generation.
adjective. You did do very well in rounds 1 through 4, though. For my last one, I'm going to go plus minus.
Nerd.
I'm going to go plus minus. The plus minus king.
Why didn't you go box plus minus and go real dorky?
Because this one has more layers to it. It's all plus minus.
I'm going to
Oh,
take...
fuck. I can't believe I blew it. I knew it. Fuck. Sorry. Read the several reports, Kale.
I'm going to take Wilt.
Yeah, there you go. He was on my board. That's a good one.
Can I change my pick?
No, it's too
No,
late.
you
All
can't.
right,
Too late.
last pick of the draft. I'm going with Quesarito.
That's what I was going to
That's a
take.
fun
Really?
final pick of the
That is
draft.
a fun
That's a
final
good
one.
final pick of the draft.
Words we left. I mean, I'll be honest. I think Eric probably wins this one. Although I think I just lose this one. I think everybody else has a
I
good
don't know.
draft.
Kale took stretch 5.
Stretch
in round
5 killed
30.
you, Kale.
We
That
love
was the
you,
one.
Kale.
I panicked. I
You
don't know
I
what
did
that
it.
was. I
It
panicked.
happens. People don't realize that this thing
Dude,
makes you panic.
triple double into Sombor double was a other rough. That was another rough
That
moment for
was
you.
rough too. You're right. What if you had one less than a triple double? All right. We left on the board touch,
Yeah.
clutch, cookie monster, heave, no look, post up, right foot, and analytics.
Heave is a good one. Analytics.
Heave, I think, would have been a really good one. Cookie monster, I think, would have been a good one.
If you took passing and heave,
I think clutch even, man. This clutch would have been great.
yeah,
I couldn't bring myself to draft it, but I had Big Honey on here too.
Yeah,
but that's
but
just like
it's-
a nickname. It
yeah.
doesn't really count.
We have any super chats for the people talking to us today?
Yeah, give me just a sec. My eCam screen just completely.
Lights were bright.
freaked out on me?
Drippington says lights were bright today. They were, man. I choked. I had a whole thing.
There was a lot of choking in this draft.
Here we go.
This is my biggest choke job of a draft.
and the word again to recap for the people.
Only
you're
one
the
prep.
only one that had any
I
preparation.
went off board. I totally pulled a Tim Conley. I
did,
had
I
an
could
order,
tell, dude.
and I went to like
I
number
could tell.
8 first. I'm like,
You
what
were
am I
like
doing?
Tyler Lydon in round 2.
Drafting for value. What a fool.
You don't have to take Tyler Lydon. Although they took Tyler Lydon in round 1, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Mr.
did.
Exquisite Nugget. No Adam, Bruce Brown, and AG over cuz haters. Peace and love vote.
This really is like the AI is tripping up. Nobody's gone in and fixed the bugs, and it's getting worse and worse. We love you, Cedric.
I am the
And
Forsaken. I
sorry,
became a diehard a while ago from Chile.
Yes.
from
Chile.
Chile. And I had to wait like 3 months for the t-shirts to arrive. Yep, both of them were Bones Highland t-shirts.
Hell yeah! Wear it with pride, man.
you-
No one
You've
there
got-
knows.
Chile knows.
Yeah, no one there knows the difference, and those are great shirts.
Have you ever been to Santiago,
They
Chile?
just- they
you know
just-
what movie that is?
They
Anybody
think
catch
you've
that
got
reference?
sick
I
shirts.
have not seen
They're
that.
on Google trying to figure out who Bones Highland is because they look dope.
Yeah, twice last year. You don't know that?
No. What is
That's
it?
something about Barry. But he's trying to pretend he built a Stadio Olimpico.
I know.
Very good. No, come on.
a
It's
very
good one.
old
Somebody
movie,
out
yeah.
there is catching this one.
Sure.
You know when you have that's like the obscure reference you have to a movie. Those are the best.
I have mixed feelings on something about Mary.
Why?
Because I didn't like it that much, but I learned to like it a little bit more. But I felt it was a little bit
And that
overly
Mary
loved.
broke your heart.
I think Meet the Parents is better. like that one I like more, but neither here nor there. Everybody, thanks for it. Did you hit the outro music, Kel? Yeah. I'll go ahead and hit that.
Everyone,
thing
go
there.
watch There Will Be Blood.
Are you
Or
still on that?
something
Huh?
on there.
Yeah, I might rewatch it, dude. It's so good.
It is good. It is good. It has been.
Yeah.
It's been more than that. It's been more
Dude,
than
it's a character study that shows the problems of ambition in a capitalistic society. It's a real beautiful show.
Makes me feel better about all that ambition I don't have.
Yeah,
there
you're
you
like,
go.
oh yeah, dude. At least I'm not gonna beat up a priest with a bowling pin.
Hey.
Everybody, hit that like button on the way out.
Let's go.
See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.